Hello everyone. Let us talk about the Sri Lankan economic crisis that is going on right now. It is very important for us to talk about Sri Lanka's economy, the things going on over there, because the situation is really harsh there. It is important because it's very immediate neighbor to us, and that's a country that has accepted China's Belt and Road Initiative. To counter China's influence, we must have our influence in Sri Lanka. So that's why Sri Lanka is very important, and their economic crisis has uh, something to do with India. So what's going on is there is a food emergency in Sri Lanka, and they are striving for foreign reserves. Foreign reserves are very less, close to $2 billion only. So that is a really less number, low number. If we talk about India, then it stands at fourth position with about 620 billion US dollars. So India is at a good position right now because a lot of FDIs and FIIs, that are foreign direct investors and foreign institutional investors, are investing in Indian companies and startups. That is why we are in a good position. But talking about Sri Lanka, then this case is not so good. They are lacking the foreign reserves. That's why they are not able to import food items into their country. So that is the situation, and food emergency is there. And it is said that if the things go in this way, then in a few years Sri Lanka as a country will go bankrupt. Well, bankrupt is a very vague term, but the economy will collapse, and some other country like China, India, or any Western power will come in and will bail out the country. So that's the whole scenario. So why does it happen? Number one thing, the export of Sri Lanka are very less now. The major reason why the exports are less is that organic farming has been imposed on the farmers. Food security is neglecting the food security. The government initiated a program under which organic farming is was introduced, and as we all know, organic farming is the produces very high quality food items, but not in a very large quantity, so that the food security is ensured. So the food security is not there. The markets are having a very high shortage of food supplies, and they are not able to import the food items because the foreign reserve is very less, and exports are not there because due to organic farming they are not even to fulfill their they are not even able to fulfill their own needs of food. So their that is why the food shortage is there. Number two reason, tourism. So that has been a common thing in all over the world. While the other countries where tourism was very high, like France, like US, like Dubai, UAE, and China, India, Japan, all these countries are quite quite good. They are not much dependent on tourism, but Sri Lanka as a country was very dependent on tourism. We can see that a lot of Indians majorly travel to Sri Lanka due to their religious practices, and a lot of culture of Hinduism is also the historical sites of culture of Hinduism is also there in Sri Lanka. From Ramayana, we all can relate to this. So yes, the tourism was completely diminished, or completely uh, a thing that was cancelled out in the COVID time, and it is still tourism is not at its pre-COVID uh, peak. So tourism is lacking a lot, and Sri Lanka, due to its tourism dependency, is very much uh, starving for the foreign exchange and for the money. So this was another reason. A reason is debt. So debt is a thing that Sri Lanka is very much dependent on. The present government in Sri Lanka is pro China, and China, as we all know, under Belt and Road Initiative, provides debt under untransparent conditions, opaque conditions, and they the conditions are really harsh, the interest rates are very high, and also the other foreign institutional investors like IMF and various other forums have also provided Sri Lanka debt, and but Sri Lanka is not able to repay, and that is why their foreign reserve is uh, depleting, and they don't even have the foreign reserve or to pay the debt, to pay the interest and the principal for these debts. uh, for that, Sri Lanka came out to a way that is the thing that should be done in last, that is currency printing. So the idea is that Sri Lanka will print currencies and issue bonds and raise money from foreign investors, but that was failed. 92% of Sri Lankan bonds were were held unsold. So that was a thing, that was uh, a huge disaster for Sri Lanka. So bonds, so printing money and raising bonds is not the thing that they should do, and they are not even able to do that also. The liquidity is very high. The Sri Lankan currency, the Sri Lankan rupee, has depleted at its all-time high. It's about 200 Sri Lankan rupees is equal to $1. So that is really low. The depleting of currency means that they are printing a lot of money, and which they are. They print a lot. They print money. They try to repay their loans, and but up till when they will do it? There will be some point where the liquidity will be very high, which is now, and the currency is depleting at a very high rate. So that's a puzzle for Sri Lankan policymakers. So what is the way out of it? I think the way out of it is, first of all, uh, um, the organic farming should not be compulsory. Organic, so that the country makes itself food sufficient, and if there will be food security, then at least the one very important thing, that is the food supplies, will be there for the country. And number two, they have to work on COVID. If they work on COVID prevention and vaccination, then their tourism sector will surely grow, and will try to reach at its pre-COVID levels. So this is another thing that they can do. The third thing that they can do is uh, they can stop taking further loans from China, because there are very harsh conditions under those loans. So they should work on these three things. That is how they will be able to get out of this economic struggle. And we have seen countries before, like Iceland, like Russia. They were almost bankrupt at a time, but uh, they they tried their best, and they are now revived. So there is a light for Sri Lanka. They can learn from these countries, and rather going for Chinese help, they can just raise money from international institutional forums, and they can work on their exports, economy, businesses. That's how they will be eventually able to come across this problem. Thank you very much.